Hello, David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. I am joined once again, and hopefully you saw our first one. If you haven't, probably go check out the link below. Go watch the first one. It's worth the time. And then rejoin us back here because I am joined by the Dress to Kill podcast posse, Elma and Alana. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, thank you again. We're so happy to be back.
I learned so much. Like I never knew what a pussy bow was. I mean, my life has been changed since the last time we got together. I'm so excited about this one now because my head's just going to fill up with new facts.
I'm happy we could enlighten you with the pussy bow.
That's all I ask. That's all I ask. By the way, that's going to be the thumbnail name. Welcome to Pussy Bow.
Please, it should be. Everyone should be educated because now that we finally have more women in politics, you're going to see them everywhere. I don't know what stylists are about pussy bows on political women.
You're so right.
You've heard it from Alana here first.
It's the thing. You're going to start seeing it everywhere. And you're going to be like, they were right. Whoa.
Alana's going to be on Oprah in her backyard getting interviewed. It's going to be amazing.
Oh my God. Don't speak my dreams so clearly. Do speak my dreams so clearly.
Why did I know? All right. Here we go. I paid an incredible amount of money for this channel, huge investment to have a time machine so we could go back in time. And we are going back. We're going to start with a movie that has arguably some of the most divisional, but I think interesting fashion. And we're not going to just show you one. We're going to show you two. Yay. And here we go.
Okay.
and I'm gonna treat this like the Rorschach test it is. We're gonna be talking about how these make us feel. Do we like it? Would we wear it? What are we looking at? Interpretations, and who wants to start it off?
Hello?
I'll go. So we talked about this in great extent on our podcast. First things first, Mayday's wardrobe, I would take home every piece of clothing that she wears. She looks stunning in the Alaya. I love the burgundy or the Merlot with the bright red hidden underneath that just peeks out when she moves and stuff. Stacy's, we call this the watercolor dress. Very 80s in a weird way because it's kind of, it reminds me of like prom a bit, 80s prom, and it's very pretty. It's very pretty dress, beautiful colors, but all the pastels and stuff. It just reads very 80s. So I'll pass on that, but give me everything that Mayday's wearing.
I like the snoot or whatever that's called that she's wearing. I will say, yeah, her outfit just it smokes Tanya Roberts. And I will say the prom thing is really interesting because what I thought is it makes her look so young. I mean, she is really young compared to Roger Moore here, but she looks even younger. She looks kind of like a high schooler, in this particular kind of cut. Alana, what do you feel?
I think the 70s had a weird moment where men got older and women got younger style-wise. Am I the only one going to calling that out? There was also a lot of all those, I'm just going to say, a lot of those directors who are like creepy and have been more canceled lately because of the young woman, older man thing. Were like coming out in the 70s. And I wonder, like, was it just okay? And there were too many people pushing that narrative, or that's just a little subcultural text that was going on for a few people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That aside.
It's part of the flavor and spice of what you bring. I like it.
It is. Also, there's that Woody Allen documentary on Netflix right now. So I'm like, consciousness, it's here.
Oh, wow.
This dress, when I see this dress, all I think is like my mom. It just looks like my mom. Like my mom just wore all those colors in the 80s, and every picture I have from my mom in the 80s, she's got this kind of hair, this kind of outfit. It just
Alana,
100% rings my mom.
I thought you meant your mom dressed like Mayday, and I was going to say you had the coolest as mom.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think my mom is the opposite of me, not into clothes at all. I think this was just like her husband. My dad bought her this stuff, so she could have dressed like Mayday. If she would have been married to a different guy, she'd have been dressed like Mayday, like clearly. But all I see when I see this is like pictures of my mom from when I was a baby. But the Mayday's wardrobe, though, Lou, I agree. I don't think I love it as much as you do, Elu, my darling love. But I'm also a huge fan of Alaya. I want a little bit more feminine generally in my, like, I guess it's sexy, but it's like masculine sexy. And I want a little bit more of
Soft.
the both of the girl sexy plus man sexy. Like Elma and I talk a lot about like leather and lace. Like we really like the combination of like feminine and then something harder and more masculine together and like working together, which is why Elma's lingerie is so great, because you get that combination with lingerie really easily. Yeah, and clearly in the work Elma does as well. So I love Mayday stuff, but I would want to pull just a little bit more feminine in. Like I love it when she wears the high boots at that scene in the end. That's pulling in some feminine to me.
That's true. Sure. I like that. And the unitard, of course.
Yes.
All right. So now we're in Timmy Dalton world. This is the 80s. And, you know, I'd love some comments from you, and I'm going to keep quiet on this one, with not only her outfit, but his tuxedo.
Yeah, the 80s loved like silky, lots of silk and heavy satin pillowcases, satin boxers, satin everything, you know, and this just reads like that. Like it's such a full skirt, the robe. It's like too much. And him too. I don't love the things that he wears most of the time, except for when he turns his tux into a spy jacket by like flipping up the collar and like latching it across, so it just looks like he has great like reversible costumey moments like that. But other than that, I'm not a huge fan of the Dalton fit. Alana?
I feel like this robe would be so cool if it was like 1850, but in the 80s, it feels like a grandparent's robe to me.
It's just the fullness, unnecessary fullness in the fabric and the skirt. It's just too much fabric.
So
and the type of fabric.
It's safe to say that the grandma that we buried in that dress in the last episode probably wore this in her heyday.
Yeah, probably.
We got the right
not her heyday. She may have worn it just the day before. Also,
and
you know,
it killed her. Is what we're saying.
Well, at least she died in something she loved.
Hopefully,
I mean, she did, and she died in a pussy bow. And who doesn't want to die in a pussy bow? Sorry, last time. And by the way, I do not like the Dalton fit either. I was waiting for you to say it. I didn't want to influence it, but my gosh, that stovepipe pant leg, it's just so unflattering. And I know a lot of this was kind of quote unquote off the peg, but even the sleeve, you can tell like in that on the right hand side there, as you're looking at it, the sleeve just doesn't fit him. You know, it's almost like bat winged, and it just, he doesn't look like Bond there, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah, that's the 80s fullness in the weird places.
I was going to say the 80s did that to us.
Yeah.
The 80s was cruel in that sort of way.
So cruel. I'm still traumatized.
I know. We're gonna have to see if we can get over it. All right. Well, let me see if I can give you therapy by going to 1995. We're going to take a big jump, and we're heading to GoldenEye, where we have Xenia on a top, and we've got Mr. Brosnan Bond running right there. Alana, why don't you go first on this one?
I love it. We've talked about this movie. Love it, love it, love it. I'm a big fan of pockets and durable, like I can go do some cool thing in this. Like, I don't know what I'm fantasizing, some acrobatic climbing from a tree and then you spin and fall. Like in the same way I like those kind of movements, like martial artsy stuff. I like feel the look of like, yeah, I'm totally prepared with just what's on my body. I don't know why. And the Xenia Onatop's outfit is very cool. It's a little bit less for me because it feels like some things are added just for looks and less function. I like it when it feels like, oh, I've got all this stuff for function, but so cool and interesting and fun. And I know Elma has stuff to say about it.
So you were talking about his outfit when you were talking about all the pocket. I thought you were talking about her.
I mean, a little bit of both, but.
I love that. I love that. Alana's keeping us on our toes, though. That's good.
Yeah. I love that for you. So I chose her outfit as my keep from this movie because, yeah, I mean, I think you can already tell I like that kind of hard edge, like a little more masculine. I like the gloves. Actually the crop top is really cute. It has like these molded bra cup shape. It's all this detail in it that you don't really see until you look really closely, which I appreciate. The texture of the top, the different texture across the bust, all the hardware is very cool. I'm into it. His outfit, I could care less, but her outfit, I'm happy to keep and take home and wear. Maybe like depending on where I am. I don't know if I can always pull off the gloves, but
like a rave.
Sure. Yeah.
Doesn't she have like doesn't she have almost like a netting top?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like netting?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like a fishnet, right?
Yeah. I think that's so cool.
It's tight and it's just adds a nice little texture that's like subtle. Yeah. It's not like fishnet, rave fishnet, but it's more Bondian. I like it.
Yeah. And I like his look. I think it's that whole idea of, this is a military Bond and he's very practical in the environment that he's in. So I don't know, that one gets good marks from me, I think.
Yeah. Utilitarian.
Yes. All right.
Dude, David, we are on the same page with some of the safari utilitarian kind of stuff.
I think we are. Because to your point, I kind of want it all. Like, I would love to get that outfit. It's so cool. All right, here we go. Total badass. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Elma.
I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
So I have a thing about leather jumpsuits on women, and it just purely depends on the setting. I generally don't like the catsuit look because to me it feels like, how do we make a woman look sexy? Put her in all leather. And that's kind of what I felt about this, especially because she's got these high heel boots that she's climbing the side of the wall with. And then the size of the buckle. So I don't love this one. I really much prefer Fiona from Thunderball in the leather top and pants because she's on a motorcycle. It makes sense. You wear leathers when you're riding. Whereas this, I don't like so much. And then Brosnan, I know he was meant to look like a businessman, kind of an international industrial spy maybe type look, which is great, and it fits the character. But I think they were just very middle of the road throughout Brosnan's run. Like, I don't think any of his suits really stand out to me. But for the 90s, he looks great. Very polished and classy. Like, nice older man. Yeah.
Alana, what do you think?
Those are great points. I don't like, I love a catsuit in general. Like, give me a one-piece tight something, done. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I think in the 90s and 2000s, we had a lot of these catsuits that were like loose,
ill-fitting.
In a weird way. Like, I don't like if you want to put her in I don't think it would fit her character, but if you put a woman in like a tight, like Catwoman catsuit, fantastic.
Sure.
But this is like, who made it? Like, I don't know. And the way that the way that the collar is, like, that it's just like, I don't know the terms for this, Lou, you have to help me. One of those short collars, there's nothing else to it. It just kind of ends there and it goes out.
Convertible collar.
Convertible collar. And having a thick belt like that is so 90s. Like, I was talking earlier about how the 90s kind of redid the 70s for a second. Yeah. This is the 90s, like, pulling the 70s back into our consciousness, but in their like 90s way, which is loose fitting and weird. And this is, I don't love all that. That being said, if it fit real well, I would wear it. I love a one piece.
And it is, I mean, it's 1997. So to your point, they probably made the film or designed that in 1995, 96. The suits were Brioni. The shirts were Turnbull and Asser, the ties, Turnbull and Asser as well. So I like those things. I love, this is when, around the time he starts to get that Omega watch as well. So I think his accessories are great. I almost thought, I'm loving what you're bringing up with her, because I almost thought you have this reality-based secret agent, and then she almost looked like a superhero, like not quite in the world of reality. Like, she's not equally there with him.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
That's a great way to put that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's interesting. I'm sure they don't go into it thinking about that, but sure enough, it's one of those things we recognize. So I'm going to ask you to put on something a little heavier and warmer because we're going to some snow-capped
that's right.
mountains.
This outfit.
So either you're going to love it or you hate it.
I didn't like her look. I love his look. I really liked his look. It's a little bit baggy here and there, but overall, I actually really like it. But I know you, Alana, and our guest on this episode, Erica, you guys both chose Electric King's ski outfit as one you liked, yeah?
Yeah, I like this. I had this jacket basically in Germany in like, what was it, 2004? Yeah, I went to Germany. We're from Hawaii again. I went to Germany, so I was like, I need a warm jacket. And I had basically this jacket in black from Guess jeans.
Whoa.
Throwback.
Like yeah, and I don't love the jacket I had, but I love anything fur collared and matchy stuff. Ooh, I'm in. Like the cut of this isn't ideal because it is very showing of the time, but I like it. I really like it. And Elma, I don't like his outfit as much. I mean, I think his outfit, you warm up to it, but I don't like the 80s like batwing shaped clothing, where it just kind of goes.
Yeah.
That's not really for me. But I love that his is the army, that green color.
It is nice. I mean, so I'm going to straddle both of your opinions in this case. It won't be one way or the other because I really like her outfit. I think it's very becoming. It's actually very attractive, but I love the fur. I love that she's supposed to be larger than life. She's this oil baroness, type thing. And then his outfit is just super cool. I mean, given to him by Q. The sunglasses look phenomenal. Right. Those are Calvin Klein sunglasses. I have them downstairs. They're amazing. But yeah, I think I'm digging both of these in this case.
Okay. To each his own. Cool.
Yeah, there doesn't need to be any kind of like final, like, oh, I guess you win.
Yeah.
Not even.
But who did win?
Truth be known, I did, but I mean, it's only because I'm hosting this.
To each of us, we each won, right?
Exactly. All right, so now we are heading into an interesting zone because it is, of course, Daniel Craig's first film. All right.
Okay, I'm happy you skipped Die Another Day.
Oh, I had to.
Okay.
And by the way,
that's where we're going.
I had it all ready. But quite frankly, the image that I took, I'm just going to be frank here. The image that I took was, of course, Jinx, Halle Berry, in a leather catsuit outfit.
Leather cat. Yeah, we talked about that one. Don't like
it.
The
most ill-fitting jumpsuit of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. This is that white suit. I like it. I kind of love it on her. So I don't love the belting, but I think that picture on the right where she's sitting with the collar popped, she looks great in the setting that she's in. Alana is going to have other opinions, I'll tell you now, but I thought it fit her character so well of, she's from the Treasury, she's professional, traveling around Europe, at a luncheon, so I actually picked this one as I like it a lot.
I like it.
Yeah, we just did this movie, and I don't know whenever this goes up. It hopefully will be out by then, but it's not out yet on our podcast. And this is a very conflicting outfit. I think this is one that you kept, Elma, and literally the one I killed. I was like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. The only thing I really like about it is I like the way the collar is shaped, how it's like up a little higher in the back. I think that's pretty. That's it. I want it gone.
Compare for me this white blazer to the one that you saw from the Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
With the open top.
With the hat.
Are they vastly different?
Yeah.
They are actually. The vibe is totally different. And I actually do prefer Maud Adams' one, the 70s style one. It's a little bit more relaxed, This is a little bit more pulled together. I don't want to say uptight, but you know, it has a little bit of that vibe. But the Maud Adams one is a little bit more me like chill, but I'm in a suit. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, I don't like this one, so clearly, I like the Maud Adams one better.
By the way, this is good for me to know about you, Alana, as far as buckles are concerned, because you do not like the big buckles.
I don't like the big, weirdly big. Like if it was like a jumpsuit that was like if it was a super 70s jumpsuit, like a tank to like flared pants jumpsuit with a bit more collar, button down the center, and it had a thick old like matching belt that was the same color, I'd be like, yeah, let's go dance. But this is like this weird outfit. I'm actually thinking of a jumpsuit that I got
okay, that's
from like a Goodwill years ago. Yeah, but I do need help because I'm gonna need your help, Lou. I need to sew bits onto it. There's stuff messed up with it. Anyway,
no, weekend project.
Little project. But with this look, the black, it's so 2006 to me. You're gonna hear in our podcast everything about this movie is so 2006 to me in a way that I don't really love. The necklace, I know the necklace plays a part in everything, but I feel like it looks terrible with this outfit. Like if we're going to match things to the necklace, set up an outfit that works with that necklace for every shot. Yeah. Like, ugh.
By the way, I'm in total agreement, even to the point of 2006, his suiting in this movie, which was Brioni, it wasn't that, oh my gosh, look at Daniel Craig, the way his body kind of engulfs this suit. I mean, it just kind of wears over him. So I'm not a huge fan of the suiting in this movie either.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about his suit. You were so distracted by the white.
Yeah, we had yep.
All right, so you kind of see where we're going with this. We're going to take this to, I think it's interesting because it's a movie that either people love or they hate. I really like it. And Alana, I don't know if you've seen this one. Have you seen Quantum of Solace?
I don't remember if I maybe saw it when it came out, but like paying attention recently, no, I have not seen it.
Okay, fair. So we have Camille, one of the female protagonists, and we have Bond in one of his outfits. And they're not the typical, Bond girl, Bond clothing pairing. You're not getting double-breasted here. This is kind of very relaxed. And this is from the same scene that they're in. And I can really describe her outfit because I used to own it. And I can definitely describe his outfit because I still own it.
Awesome.
Mic drop.
Oh, well, so so what is the top, her orange top made of ish?
So it is like, it's like a satin or a sateen type. It's very sheer. It has a little bit of light padding, and her skirt is, it's interesting. It's almost like, that 1980s type fabric that feels very bridesmaidish. It's that kind of like that dress feeling.
Like a two-tone almost.
Yes, it is. It's almost has like a pearlescent sheen, depending on where it catches the eye. But it is like a chocolate, almost like a chocolate steel. And then her necklace is
chocolate steel.
That should be a look.
The terms.
Chocolate steel.
Yeah, chocolate steel.
What was it? When you were on our podcast, it was like clothing poetry. I forget there was a term. My God, you can just go.
I'm the J. Peterman of Bond brands. Yeah. But her necklace is really cool. It was a design piece that's made very heavy, actually. And so she had to do action scenes in this, dramatic scenes. But what do you think of the outfit, just for outfit's sake?
Alana, you go.
I mean, it's very different for Bond, and I'm always a fan of different. I like the colors in general. Again, seems weird for Bond, but they complement her really well. And I mean, it's like of the time, like skater skirts were such a huge return thing at this time, and they were a thing for like 15 years once this came out. Skater skirts were like, we've been desperate for these, bring them back. And it was, I think, the first time in this era where skater skirts gave us the transition into high-waisted stuff. Like, I think that's why people were loving them so much. It was like low cut, but skater skirts worn up higher, and we kind of like that. And then it's like, maybe we wear our jeans higher, maybe we wear our pants higher, and our shirts.
Yeah.
And I think that's why skater skirts, thank you, were so popular, because it gave people an opportunity to like not look like, because the transition from low waist to high waist was like, can I do it? It was like wearing lipstick again from the 2000s into the 2010, 15 plus. It was like, is that too extreme to do a thing like this? So I think having something like the skater skirts were a big transition for people. Really, that's why people held on to them so tight. But that being said, I don't know how it does for Bond, but in general, I kind of like it. I mean, I would do it differently, but I like that it's different. The chunky necklaces were cool then. I might not wear it today, but I'm down.
Agreed.
And his outfit.
Yeah, he looks great. And on the motorcycle, awesome. I love his outfit, but I actually really like Camille's outfit in this. I like how the camisole is just one of those straight across types. The color is very complimentary on her. She looks cute with her hair, and I thought it was super cute. I wonder, it's not a bodysuit, is it? The top? It's just tucked in really well.
No, it's just tucked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute. I would wear that. Yeah.
Nice. And his outfit, yeah. I mean, this is where the designer really picked up on the whole idea of let's dress him like Steve McQueen. And he looks like Steve McQueen, even on the motorcycle.
Yeah,
he's got those kind of white stay press. He's actually wearing white stay press Levi's jeans. He's got the suede chukka boots.
Those are jeans?
They are jeans. Yeah. They're like a cream colored jean.
Wow.
Cute.
Yeah. I'll send you better pictures.
No, this is
great. They're great.
You could be him right now. I feel like we could just put your little image
I've got the
over that, and that would be you. Kind of like just put your arms out. Yeah, like that's you right now.
Look, I'm not going to say that I've done that pose. I'm going to say that I haven't not done that pose either. All right, let's get something fresh and new because we got to keep going with Daniel Craig. Now, I'm going to premise. That's not the right word, David. I'm going to preface. That's better. Thank you. This with saying these are amongst my favorite Bond looks of a Bond woman and a Bond man in the entire franchise. So there, I've gone there. So if you don't like them, that's fine. We do have to end the video immediately, but I don't want to influence you. You're fired. But we've got Skyfall, we've got Severine, and what I've done here is I've given you a kind of a 360 of her dress so you can appreciate it. And of course, his midnight blue Tom Ford, which has launched 1 million blue tuxedo from Skyfall. What are we feeling, folks?
Love it. I love this so much. Okay, first it's him. That catches my eye first, though. That moment when he's standing on the boat, entering the casino, approaching the casino. It's like, okay, how are you not wobbling on the boat? But also, you look amazing. It's one of my most favorite suit tux moments on Bond ever. Her dress also, I've seen the sketches and then how it's come to life. I thought is really beautiful. They did exactly how the Janie Tamim wanted to have it made, I think. And as just an engineering standpoint of like having the sheer, such a lightweight mesh fabric to hold up everything. Because the shoulders, the sleeves, the back is all sheer, and then you basically just have the structure of the bustier in the front is pretty tricky to do, and I think they pulled it off well. My only criticism is it just looks a little bit like round. I think they could have shaped it a little bit nicer around her chest area, but it looks great. And the sides, Alana, if you can tell in that like middle picture, the sides are also sheer, so it's like almost up to her panty line. Yeah, the leg, it's like sheer all the way down the side. So it's like a not slit. The embroidery. Yeah, the embroidery is okay.
Sorry, that's my that's my octabo, my pussy bow. Not slit. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. But
thumbnail
Alana,
number 2.
Tell me what you think.
I mean, I love what he's wearing. I see how that could launch 1,000 suits. Like, wear it, please. Men of the world, wear that suit in my presence, please. I would love it. What she's wearing, it's clearly very iconic, and for that reason, I love it. And it's striking. Just the idea and the differentness of like sheer with pattern and whatnot, like very cool, very cool. I love her makeup and her vibe and all of it pulled together. Her hair is quite cool too. I think the dress itself, it's like, it fits so well for her character, the situation, the era in which it came out, all of that, that I'm like, I'm in. But if I were to just see that dress like on a rack or on a runway somewhere, I don't like it.
Sure,
right.
yeah.
But for this, I'm in. And I love the concept of like trying to find a way to do like super a dress that's present but not present, sort of. You know, I love that idea. I agree with you, Lou, about the roundness, just because it doesn't seem to match the rest of the shapes as much. If it was more like, I think it would be cool if it looked like strips were being pulled off of something. Like there are strips of fabric here and no strips there.
Cool, yeah,
almost.
sure.
And you know what I think I'm also guilty of? So this may be a confessional moment. I think what I'm doing is I'm using the moment in the film. I mean, she moves perfectly. I mean, she moves, you know, like this wonderful person that understands like her pinky has its own life. And if you ever watch her in the bar scene, she's just amazing. Even the way she moves and arches her eyebrows and blows smoke. So it's probably that aspect. I'm putting it through my wonderful primordial filter. And I'm saying you could put a paper sack on her. And I'd probably say it's the best fashion item.
It's all about her. Yeah, for sure.
And that dress fits that attitude perfectly. And
Totally.
like, what is Eva Green in Casino Royale? She has a similar kind of makeup look, like heavy. And it's a little like doesn't last the test of time to me. Like I know it was popular at the time, but it's like, okay, should maybe this accountant wouldn't be like raccoon eyes all day, every day. But in this like throwback to my 8th grade teacher who called that look raccoon eyes, and now
I remember.
I'm repeating it. Elma, our 8th grade teacher.
Yeah.
It's stuck. It really stuck.
It's stuck. But in this look, she has a similar makeup and it's perfect. Like, yes, that when she is looking at anything, even not a person, things are oozing from, it's perfect. Everything's aligned.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm really curious now to hear your point of view on this next thing, because I'm not taking the typical Spectre outfits. I wanted to take something a little bit avant-garde. You actually don't even see them that long, but they're still worn by Madeline and Bond at the train scene before they go and see Mr. Blofeld.
Bro.
Hey, bro, what's going on? And it's great. I mean, you know, you've got him and Brunello Cucinelli in a lot of different outfits, and his Globetrotter Spectre bag right there. But talk to me about what you feel about these.
Blue?
Alana, you want to go?
I'll go. Okay, I'll
yeah, go.
We covered, this was like one of the first movies we covered, so it was a while ago, but I love it. I love everything he's wearing. Desperately love it. I love like a desert vibe. Love it. Yeah. Love like lighter browns. And what she's wearing, the top is like, it's fine. But the pants in video, they fit her so incredibly well. They're so like light, but also have a weight. And her butt looks so good in these. I was really disappointed we didn't get more like backside shots of her, frankly.
You were disappointed.
Yeah, we need more. It was like, I mean, what are white pants about? If white pants are great, you can tell by the butt. Like that's how you know white pants are great. True. And these white pants were the perfect white pants. So show us the butt. But I loved it. I
think that's a wonderful. I think that's a wonderful letter to write to the producers. Could you show us more rear end, please? Dear
Barbara Broccoli, you know about white pants. It's all about the butt. If you're gonna give us a good white pant,
knowing you'll get a reply back. On me, nothing. Nothing. Elma, what do you think?
To me, it's all eyes on him. Like she looks fantastic, but his outfit, I think I might have kept it as, I don't know if I kept it as a keep, but definitely as one of my favorite outfits. And it's a knit tie, right?
Yes,
I think. Love the knit tie, that relaxed feel. When he's leaning up at the after they get dropped off and he's just leaning on the wall, he looks so great. And every frame of this movie, I mean, looks like an ad.
He does.
for
And originally
something.
he was going to, so there was suit pants that went with the Brunello Cucinelli linen top. That's linen that he's wearing.
Mhm.
And he decided to chuck them. And instead he got a different pair of pants. So it's not matchy. They don't come. So it's really a blazer now. The Tom Ford tie is kind of, has that kind of squaring off knit aspect, which is very Connery. And then the Tom Ford shirt that he's wearing, which is like a Sea Island cotton, which is incredibly soft, also harkens back to the 1960s. So I think this was like an homage piece. But to me, I mean, look at the landscape, how they match and blend. It's like they become part of their environment. I think it's so cool.
Yes,
That's my
beautiful. They
favorite
look
part.
great in the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Matches the setting.
you ready for a bonus round?
Yes.
Right? We need a bonus round. I'm feeling like we need a bonus round because the audience is still here. They haven't walked away. I see you out there.
Hi, audience.
Hi, audience. Hi, audience. What'd you think of the more butt discussion, audience?
Please let us know about your butt vibes.
More butt and slit for slit. Got it. Getting so educated here. All right, here we go. There is a movie to which we have not seen yet. I don't know if you heard.
I know. No.
So
dying.
I want to show you two looks that are somewhat similar and maybe not what you would automatically think would be kind of that Bond iconic look, but maybe it is. Let's find out. And here we go. So we have Nomi and we have Bond, and they're in their tactical gear. We don't even know when this happens in the movie. We think maybe at the end. But, I can describe his outfit. He's wearing an NPL cashmere and wool tactical sweater. He's wearing these, kind of tactical gloves, tactical pants, a very tactical outfit. And she's wearing something very similar. What's interesting is they're actually wearing the same watch. They both have an Omega watch, which is great. But this is not your usual Bond girl outfit. I mean, she's not dressed. And I wanted to put this last for a reason. She's not in a bikini. She's not in a ripped up white dress. And she's not in an oversized leather catsuit. This is like, I'm going to kill you if you don't get out of my way type thing. But what are your thoughts?
I love it all. It looks like, okay, individually, they look excellent. Like she looks ready. Like she has everything that she needs on her. She looks ready to fight, ready to do the job, get the job done. Him also. And together they look like they came from the same department. Like they were outfitted by the same agency. They look like it's like their uniform, which I super appreciate. His sweater and pants, like you could see that on any dude, maybe minus the gloves, but it looks sharp and clean. She's definitely more like
date night.
Yeah, right. She looks more utilitarian with like whatever the vest is, but it still has like interesting things happening. Like I think there's a buckle at the collar. The one pocket looks like it's maybe slanted or asymmetric or something. Could just be the way it's fitting, but there's interest there, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. Alana.
I also, overall, I love it. I love what you're saying about they come from the same place in these outfits. Absolutely. Like story-wise, I feel like having them wear these things, it seems like it will make sense, although we don't know technically the story, but it's something uniting between them. I mean, look at what they're wearing. And I love utilitarian stuff we've already discussed. So of course, yes. I love what James Bond is wearing big time. What she's wearing, my questions are, I like the high-waisted vest, and I love the vest in general, and I would love that alone, like without the top underneath it, or maybe a top that's like less, she's wearing a top, but it's like short sleeve or whatever, something that allows those arms to be out. Obviously, if they're in the same weather temperature, that probably wouldn't make sense. But the reason I'm saying that is because like the top, I don't know how I feel about the top, because what is the collar of that top? If it's like a normal collar underneath, that's weird.
Oh.
If it's like a real high neck,
it's like a cafe racer type collar that buckles. So that
is that the top part, or is which part's the vest and which part's the top?
That's part of the vest. So that's like a barber vest with a slanted pocket. And you're right, Elma, that is a slanted pocket.
I'm into that in the vest, but it makes me feel like, how does that fit with the top underneath? Like, where's the
Maybe it's a crew neck. You know,
I was going to say it could be a scoop or crew neck or something like that.
Just like a
but
t-shirt.
hers doesn't look. I get it. Yeah, if her if her top ends up being some kind of knit, then I'm like, or a jersey or something, whatever. I'm more into it. But it looks to me like more structured, and then I'm like, that's kind of. I don't like that as much, but I'm nitpicking. I'm literally nitpicking.
You're literally nitpicking.
Overall, I love it. But if I was to nitpick, yeah, I feel like the texture of the top I would like different than the rest. And it seems so similar.
I actually like that. You're nitpicking because, I mean, this is what happens when you're into style and clothing, especially in the Bond franchise. You tend to turn yourself into the costume designer and say, well, it's great, but maybe I would change this a little bit, especially, you know, the two of you who have background in this. I mean, this is why it was so invaluable for you to be a part of this. And seriously, thank you, because this was, I mean, we literally went from 1962 to 2021 in this sartorial journey. It would be a little strange if I did 2 videos from a woman's point of view without the 2 of you. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you. No, I mean, we love talking about fashion and the movies. We could do it all day. So thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
So true, yeah.
And I will say, for those of you experiencing Elma and Alana for the first time, just a little overview. This is what I meant when I'm telling people to go check out Dress to Kill podcast in all your favorite podcast stores, because I think what happens is, and I want to be very transparent here, I think what happens with guy Bond fans is they either go, wow, this is great, you know, women are involved in the Bond community, or they go, well, what are they here to tell me? You know, what kind of, you know, feminism nonsense are they here to talk about? And quite frankly, I think what you two bring to the table is so much fun and celebration, expertise, sartorial knowledge that would smoke many of my friends. But you know what? You do have an opinion, and all of our opinions don't need to agree. You've got a strong opinion about empowerment and, you know, making sure people feel good about, you know, any body issues that they need to overcome, which is part of fashion. And I think that's nice, because I would be really bored personally if everybody in the Bond community had the same opinion, the same choices. There would be no variety. And I want to thank you two for bringing so much variety to the Bond community.
Oh,
thank you.
That's all.
And thank you also, David, for connecting so many of us. Like, I've made so many friends in the Bond community also, and you've really you're one of those leaders of like harnessing the community, connecting everyone, and so thank you for that.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Oh, happiness all around.
You know what?
Thanks for having us.
If I don't see an Instagram story of Alana dancing after this video, I'm going to be super disappointed.
Okay, I'll do it.
I love it. I love it, Alana. Wait, here, I'm just calling out your Instagram left and right. With your Instagram specifically, because you have a personal Instagram, not just the Dress to Kill. And I love when you ask people like, how are you doing? Awful, or things are great and the sun is shining on me, or things like that. It's just like, this is great. I have choices. I can really have choices here. It's powerful.
I try to make the awful choice a leaning upward of like building momentum, or gonna turn my day around.
That's true. You'll be like, Monday's getting better, or I'm there already.
I mean, it's okay not to be okay, but
it's great. Well, I will ask for a public commitment. When we do these things again, will you come back on the show?
Yes. Happy to.
100%.
This is so much fun.
Okay, good.
We only started our podcast because Elma and I, we're best friends, and we would call each other and just be like, oh, what movie have you seen lately? Let's talk about the outfits. We would just do this for hours on our own. And we're like, this is actually kind of interesting. We should do it for
People
a podcast.
might want to hear about this.
Yeah, this is fun. And Elma, you know so much about Bond, so hence, we're happy to do this anytime.
Well, I'm gonna we'll make that happen. So for today, I'm gonna say goodbye. Elma, Alana, thank you so much again. This was amazing. And everybody out there, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience, and we will see you all real soon. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.